This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair only to feel that familiar ache shoot through your lower back? Maybe it's that stiffness in the morning when you reach for your slippers, or that dull pain that lingers when you're trying to enjoy a walk in the park. If that sounds like you, I want you to know something right now: you are not alone. And more importantly, there's something you can do about it. Back pain doesn't have to be a part of getting older. That's the truth. Yes, it's common, but it's not inevitable, and it doesn't have to control your life. I've spent more than 30 years working with people just like you, men and women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, who were told to just live with it. But I've seen firsthand what happens when we stop accepting pain as the new normal and start taking simple, gentle action. Today, I want to share something special with you. We're going to walk through 7 gentle and effective exercises you can do at home right now to help beat back pain. Not just manage it, beat it. These movements are designed specifically for seniors. They're low impact, safe, and they work with your body, not against it. And the best part? You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or a personal trainer. All you need is a little space, a few minutes a day, and the willingness to start. So if you're tired of waking up stiff, if you miss the days when moving felt easier, or if you just want to feel stronger and more in control of your body, stay with me. We're going to start right now together. And before we begin, I'd love for you to take a moment and share in the comments what kind of back pain you're dealing with. Is it tightness when you walk? A sharp twinge when you bend over? Chronic aching that just won't quit? Let me know what you're feeling. I read every comment, and I try to give advice and encouragement where I can. Your story could also help someone else feel less alone and more hopeful. All right, let's get into it. The first movement I want to share is what I call the chair stretch. It's a gentle seated stretch that targets the lower back and hips, where most of us tend to carry tightness. I like this one because it's incredibly safe. You're not on the floor. You're not twisting into any uncomfortable positions, and you're in full control the entire time. Here's how to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Slowly, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently bend forward at the hips, letting your arms rest on your thighs, or, if you're more flexible, letting them hang toward the floor. Don't force anything. Just let gravity do the work. You should feel a nice stretch in your lower back, nothing sharp or painful, just a gentle tug. Hold for about 10 seconds. Then slowly sit back up. Do that a few times, and you'll be amazed at how your back starts to loosen up. I've had patients who struggled with daily stiffness do this stretch every morning, and within a couple of weeks, they were getting out of bed with more ease and less discomfort. The key is consistency, not intensity. Now, let's move into our second exercise. This one's called the wall lean. It's not a stretch, it's a posture reset. See, a lot of our back pain, especially in the lower back, isn't caused by injury. It's caused by posture. Years of slouching, sitting, or standing incorrectly can pull our spine out of alignment and put extra pressure on the muscles around it. This simple move helps bring things back into balance. Stand with your back against a wall, heels about 6 inches away, with your buttocks, upper back, and the back of your head touching the wall. Now, tuck your chin slightly. Pull your shoulders down and back, and gently tighten your stomach muscles. Just breathe. Stay there for about 20 seconds. It might feel a little strange at first, especially if your posture has been off for a while. But with practice, this position becomes more natural, and it reminds your body how it's supposed to stand. A little side note here. I once worked with a woman named Carol, 73 years young, who had been living with back pain for over a decade. We added this wall lean to her daily routine, and within a month, she said something I'll never forget. She looked at me and said, "I feel like I'm standing in my body again." That's the power of alignment. The third movement we're going to cover is probably one of the most overlooked, but essential for back pain relief. It's called the pelvic tilt. This one works wonders because it strengthens the deep abdominal muscles that support your spine, without any harsh movement or pressure on your joints. Lie down flat on your back, preferably on a yoga mat or something soft but supportive. Bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. Now, imagine your pelvis as a bowl of water. Gently tilt that bowl toward your belly button by pressing your lower back into the floor. Hold that for 5 seconds, then relax. You don't have to strain or lift anything, it's all about control. Try doing that about 10 times, nice and slow. These small movements are like quiet heroes. They don't look impressive, but they're doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes, stabilizing your core, easing pressure on your spine, and giving your back the strength it needs to support you through everyday life. And I want to say something here that's really important. If you're just starting out, and even these gentle exercises feel difficult, that's okay. That's normal. You're not weak, and you're not behind. You're right where you need to be. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to make progress. Even doing 1 rep, 1 stretch, or 1 breath more than yesterday is a win. And I'm here to remind you of that every step of the way. Now that we've covered a few of the foundational movements that help loosen up the back and reset your posture, we're just getting warmed up. You know, it's amazing how just a few small movements each day can create a ripple effect through your entire body. And when your back feels just a little better, suddenly everything feels easier, from bending to tie your shoes to standing at the stove. Even just getting a good night's sleep. That's why the next exercises we're going to explore are especially helpful for keeping your spine happy and your body feeling more free. They're gentle, they don't require fancy equipment, and you can do them right at home even while watching your favorite show or listening to music. Now, imagine you've just finished your gentle pelvic tilts and knee to chest stretches. Your body's feeling a little looser, your lower back has that nice warm sensation of movement, and your joints are waking up. That's the perfect moment to move into the next exercise, which is a personal favorite of mine for seniors dealing with tight lower backs or sore hips. It's called the cat-cow stretch, and no, it doesn't involve hurting animals, I promise. It's actually a soothing movement borrowed from yoga, and it's incredible for mobilizing the spine. The beauty of the cat-cow stretch is that it encourages your back to move in a wave-like motion, gently massaging the spine while also engaging the core muscles that support it. If you're comfortable getting on your hands and knees, say, on a soft rug or a yoga mat, this is a perfect one for you. Start by placing your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Inhale deeply, then gently arch your back, lifting your tailbone and head towards the ceiling. This is the cow position. As you exhale, slowly tuck your chin toward your chest and round your spine, pulling your belly in. This is the cat position. Go slow and breathe with it. You might hear a few gentle pops and cracks along the way. Don't worry. That's just your body saying, thank you. Even if getting on the floor isn't quite right for you, there's a seated version that works beautifully. You can sit on a sturdy chair, place your hands on your thighs, and mimic the same movement with your back. The key is to feel that wave motion in your spine. This stretch not only reduces stiffness, but also helps improve posture, which is one of the biggest contributors to chronic back discomfort as we age. Once you've had a few rounds of that gentle movement, your spine will be in a great place to handle the next exercise, which helps bring strength back into the picture without overdoing it. I'm talking about bridging. Don't worry, we're not building actual bridges here, but this simple motion helps build a strong foundation in your glutes and lower back, which are crucial for supporting your spine. Weak glute muscles are one of the sneakiest reasons people feel ongoing lower back pain, especially when getting up from a chair or walking upstairs. Here's how you do it. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Slowly press your feet into the ground and lift your hips up towards the ceiling, only as far as feels comfortable. You're not aiming for a high bridge, just a gentle lift to activate the muscles. Hold for a few seconds at the top, then lower back down with control. Repeat this slowly a few times, and with each lift, imagine you're pressing away tension and building strength in the muscles that protect your lower back. And if lying down is difficult for you, we can modify this too. Seated bridges, done from a firm chair, involve pressing your feet into the floor and squeezing your glutes. As you lift your hips slightly off the seat just a bit, enough to feel those muscles working. It's all about control, not height. The goal is to gently reawaken those sleepy muscles and invite them back into the job of supporting your lower spine. Now, let's shift gears a little and focus on something people often overlook when trying to relieve back pain: balance. As we age, our sense of balance can become a little shaky, and that directly impacts how we walk, stand, and carry ourselves. Poor balance leads to poor posture, and poor posture, over time, creates unnecessary strain on the back. That's why I love incorporating standing leg lifts into a routine. They don't just help with stability, they also gently activate the lower back, core, and hip muscles. To do this exercise, find a sturdy surface like the back of a chair or the edge of a kitchen counter, and stand tall with your feet hip-width apart. Gently lift one leg straight out to the side while keeping your torso upright. You don't need to lift high, just a few inches is enough. Lower it back down with control. Repeat a few times, then switch legs. If you feel wobbly, that's okay. That's part of the process. Every time you do this, you're teaching your muscles to stabilize you just a little better. And when your balance improves, your confidence grows right along with it. It becomes easier to walk, to reach, to live without fear of falling, and that, in itself, is powerful medicine. At this point in your routine, you'll probably notice your body feeling a little more alert, a little more capable. And that's the best kind of motivation, not the kind that comes from forcing yourself into painful movements or harsh workouts, but from that simple, quiet voice inside that says, "Hey, I'm doing something good for myself. I'm still strong. I still matter." Because you do. Every stretch you take, every deep breath you breathe through a movement, every time you say yes to taking care of your body, it's all part of reclaiming your comfort, your independence, and your joy. You know, sometimes the biggest victories don't come from grand gestures or dramatic changes. They come from the quiet work done consistently, kindly, and with care. Just like the movements we've already gone through, the final exercises in this journey are all about building that gentle strength and long-lasting comfort. Now that your muscles are warm, your spine is moving, and your body is engaged, it's the perfect time to introduce something that helps bring it all together. One of the most underrated tools for back pain, especially in seniors, is the seated spinal twist. It's so simple, so calming, and yet so powerful. Start by sitting in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the ground. Sit tall, lengthening your spine as if a string were gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh, and gently turn your upper body to the left only as far as feels good. You can place your left hand on the back of the chair for support. Hold it for a few seconds, then return to center and switch sides. That's it. This movement gently stretches the muscles along the spine, releases tension, and promotes better posture. It's especially helpful if you tend to sit a lot or if you often feel stiff through your mid-back. Plus, it feels incredibly refreshing, almost like wringing out a tired sponge and letting it breathe again. You don't need to force the twist. Just breathe into it. Take your time and feel your spine say, "Ah, thank you." And now for the final touch in your back-friendly routine. We're going to bring in something simple but mighty: wall angels. This one works wonders for posture, shoulder mobility, and upper back strength, all of which directly affect how much strain your lower back takes on during the day. To begin, stand with your back flat against a wall. Your feet can be about 6 inches away from the wall, knees slightly bent. Try to keep your lower back, upper back, and head touching the wall. Raise your arms to make a goalpost shape like you're signaling a touchdown, and slowly slide them up the wall, then back down like you're making a snow angel. At first, you might feel a little tight or notice your arms don't go far, and that's totally fine. The point isn't to be perfect. The point is to open up those tight muscles across your chest and shoulders, and teach your upper body how to support itself better. When your posture improves, your lower back doesn't have to work so hard just to keep you upright. It's like giving it a well-earned break. If standing is uncomfortable, you can modify this exercise by doing the same arm movement while sitting tall in a chair. Just focus on keeping your shoulders down and your chest open as you lift and lower your arms. It might not seem like much, but the impact is real, and over time, you'll feel it in your posture, your energy, and your back. And here's the beautiful thing: none of these movements have to be done perfectly or all at once. You don't need to do every single exercise every single day. What matters most is that you're doing something that speaks kindly to your body and says, let's keep moving. Whether it's 5 minutes or 15, it's all part of the healing process. I've worked with hundreds of older adults over the years, men and women in their 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, who believed their back pain was just something they had to live with. But once they started adding these kinds of gentle movements into their daily routines, everything began to change. It wasn't overnight, but gradually, step by step, they found themselves standing taller, walking farther, and smiling more because the pain wasn't holding them back anymore. You see, you're not broken, you're not too old, and you're certainly not out of options. Your body still wants to heal, it just needs the right kind of help, the kind that's slow, safe, and supported. These exercises are more than just stretches or strength builders. They're a form of self-respect, a promise to yourself that you're worth the effort. So, take a deep breath, feel your shoulders relax. Think about how far you've come just by being here, listening, learning, and maybe even trying a few of these movements. That's already a win. And if anything we talked about today sparked a question, a concern, or even just a thought, don't keep it to yourself. Share it in the comments below. Let us know what you're going through. I read every single message, and I love hearing your stories and helping however I can. You're never alone in this. And if this video brought you even a little comfort, a little hope, or a little motivation, please give it a like. It helps more people find this kind of support. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more tips like these, delivered with heart and backed by experience. Remember, no matter your age, no matter your aches, you still deserve to move through life with ease, with joy, and without pain dragging you down. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.